Good evening and welcome to War Thunder's website. I'm Old Dead Man. Today we're talking about the Road to the West. Yeehaw! Yippee-ki-yay! Oh wait, wrong kind of West. We're talking World War. The new World War mode starts tomorrow, and we've got all the basic details right here. Let's go through it and see if we can get ourselves some awesome prizes. Alright, from July 1st until July 20th, there will be 10 in-game days. That means there will be, well, let's just take a look here. At these times, there will be various battles available. So, first, you got the 12 o'clock to 2200 GMT. That'll be with the battle for the Fulda Gap. And on the second, you'll have 0100 to 0700 GMT, also the battle for Fulda Gap. So we've got short time frames and basically everything's going to be pretty compressed, especially on that first day, the first in-game day. So they're spreading it out over 2 real days, but there's such limited amounts of time. For instance, the first slot there starts at 8 a.m. Eastern Time and ends at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You're not going to have a whole lot of time to play that one if you happen to be in the U.S. The other one lines up pretty decently for a late night in the U.S., so you might be able to pull off a bunch of work on the second. Just keep that in mind. If you're planning to go for these prizes, you've got these slots to do it in. So for each day, you've got each in-game day, quote-unquote, which covers 2 real days. You'll have these 2 slots in order to be able to carry out all your tasks. So from 1400 to 2200 on the 3rd, from 0100 to 0700 all GMT times on the 4th, 1400, 22, 01 to 0700 on the 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th, 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th, 13th and 14th, 15th and 16th, 17th and 19th, and they continue it with the 19th and the 20th. Last day of the season is the 20th. All awards will go at that point in time. As my understanding is that you will not have any extra time to pick up a missed day. If you want to do it, you're going to have to spin some golden eagles to pick it up. So let's continue on and see what we got going on here. So we have the battle for the Fulda Gap. That should be the exact same one that we've always had. The same Fulda Gap map. And I expect that'll be what we'll be doing. So we'll see what the actual battle map looks like when we get into it. But I expect it'll just be on Fulda Gap. The Battle of the Chinese Farm, on the other hand, I'm not sure what they're planning to do with this one, because unless they're just going to put it on one of the Sinai maps or other desert maps, they might have to introduce a new one to actually get this to be vaguely realistic. So we'll see how that turns out on day after tomorrow, I believe it is. Now, the awards, obviously we already know what they are. They're the IL-2 M82, a premium rank 2. And the M60 AMBT Event Special, rank 7. And as I understand it, this is going to be a 10.0 tank. So we're looking at a low BR, rank 2 premium, under-engined IL-2, and an M60 AMBT, which is an up-engined M60, but still not as good as a regular main battle tank. Okay, to get these awards, you have to earn battle stars. So, to get an operations decal on the second battle star, that's not per physical day, but per day, per game day. So for every 2 real days, you have to earn a star to get the awards. So 2 stars gets you an operation decal, 3 gets you the 3D decorations firearm, 4 gets you the IL-2 M82, 5 will get you a camo for it, 6 is another operation decal, 7 is a 3D decoration, 8 gets you the M60 AMBT. So if you do 8 of the in-game battle days, that'll be, and actually make the actual requirements for them, you will get the M60 AMBT. 9, you get a camo for it, and 10, you get a special emblem and a unique title, Veteran of the Season, Road to the West. And for the first battle of the day, you're also going to pick up basically a box that gets you a booster, a wager, an order, possibly a modification for one of the vehicles used in the battle, or even a talisman for one of the vehicles. So you know how the percentages go. These modifications and talisman will be really low percentage. And these will be the ones you're most likely to get, a 10 to 30% booster. Here's some decals. The Fulda Gap decal, the Chinese Farm decal, the 600th Armored Brigade decal, and the decorators, an assault rifle for Israel and a sniper rifle for Germany. Here comes the meat and the potatoes here. To earn a World War star, you need to complete 3 of 5 tasks in World War battles during 1 game day. Again, that is a 2 real day period with limited time frames where you can participate. You have to, so the options are to win 8 battles with an in-game activity of 70% or higher. So if you're part of a participating squadron, that's half. So 40 enemy player controlled vehicles, or 20 as a member of a squadron. And again, that's for a participating squadron. Just being a member of a squadron isn't enough. Your squadron needs to be participating in World War mode. 20 assists, or 10 as a participating member. 6 battles in place between 1 and 3, or 3 battles. So you got, or destroy 10 enemy player-controlled vehicles in 1 battle, or 5 as a participating member of a squadron. So again, you're looking at, if you are not part of one of the squadrons that is actively participating in World War mode as a combatant, you've got a pretty tall, pretty high bar to cross to get these stars. You basically pick 3 out of the 5. You got to win 8 battles or destroy 40 enemy player-controlled vehicles, get 20 assists, or place 1st through 3rd in 6 battles, or pull off just a real hat trick and get 10 enemy player-controlled vehicles in 1 battle. That's some heavy-duty ones. Pick 3. This is just like an Operation Summer event or something like that. But some of these you're probably gonna get just in the process of doing things. You're likely to get to destroy 40 enemy player-controlled vehicles over time. You're likely to win 8 battles, though the activity percentage is going to be the kicker. So you're still likely to get that one. You might, as a matter of course, end up between 1st and 3rd on the scoreboards. The assists I find are so inconsistent, but over the number of battles you would have to play to pull these off, you could probably do it. Now, it's obviously much easier if you're part of one of the squadrons that's an active combatant in the World War mode. So if you are one of those, you've got a much easier time of it. The numbers I'm looking at, let's assume you get a 50% win rate, and as long as you're active in those battles, that means you'd be looking at 16 battles minimum. So probably you could potentially do it in as little as 16 battles if you get pretty lucky. Get your 6 battles where you place between 1 and 3. Destroy 40 enemy player-controlled vehicles. That'd be, basically 2.5 per battle. And again, if you win those 8 battles and you're just constantly in there charging in, getting, mixing it up and having fun, you probably will get those in there. The assists you might pull off. I would expect, however, that the typical player is going to be more like 25 to 30 battles in this 2-day period to be able to pull these off. That's a lot of assumptions, though. It depends on, obviously, individual skill. We'll see what it looks like when we get into the first day and really start having to crack heads. But it's going to be messy, especially early on when all the top players are going to be going at it tooth and nail to try and get their stuff done and crank these things out. Later on, it might get easier, but when it gets easier, you won't have much time left, so you'll have to work faster and just cross your fingers and hope. If you can't participate in both of them and you aren't a participating squadron member, then you might just have to write this one off. This one might be beyond the average on this one. In fact, I'm going to see how the first in-game day goes and see where I stand at the end of that day. If I can't pull it off on that one, there's no point in me continuing on. And I'll try and document that and let everybody know what I discover. For squadron players, there's some additional rewards. The squadron commanders will be able to get if they're on the squadron leaderboard, they'll be able to get a coupon for the M60 AMBT. 4 through 10, a coupon for the IL-2. The best 10 squadron gets decals, and the best 50 squadrons get the Squadron Medal Road to the West. And commanders only get, the best 10 commanders get the coupon for M60, and from 11 to 50 get a coupon for the IL-2. As coupons, that means they should be able to be sold on the market or cashed in for a vehicle. So keep that in mind if you are part of one of the participating squadron. Here's the season decals: the Falcon of War, the Tiger of War. This one's actually a pretty decently drawn tiger, so that's nice. Shark of War and the Wolf of War. And if you are that top squadron, you got yourself a nice shiny gold medallion. With, of course, a silver, a bronze, and a gray for the top 50. All right, so that's kind of the quick summary of everything that's going on with the World War mode. It's going to be a slog if you want to get these, because you're going to have to be pulling off 3 out of these 5 tasks every 2 days in a very limited amount of time, and one of those times overlaps nearly perfectly with the U.S. workday, the typical workday. So get on it, get ready for it, it's coming, and don't miss out or you won't get any of it. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.